Hey guys, this is Brett Iwan, the voice of Mickey Mouse, and you're listening to Two Guys in the Dark podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Several PE classes, you know, I can guarantee you, like, I can smell my dick cheese right now.
Two guys in the dark.
Oh, bat, fuck.
Don't use the finger, my butt. It's sensitive.
Alright, JT, now you say something racist. This is how the show works.
Two guys in the dark.
So, I smell my debit card right in front of her.
What? I forgot about this story. We're two guys in the dark. I bet George Washington Carver came up with peanut butter thinking, I can't wait to stick my dick in it. Two guys in the dark.
You have one job, you dumb bitch!
Hey!
You son of a bitch.
I'm a son of a bitch.
I yelled at my parents 2-3 hours ago, said, keep it down. We're about to record. They're like, yeah, it's going to take them 3 hours to get ready. I'm like, nah, not my pal VJ. Took you 3 hours to get ready.
Nah, I told you when I had messaged you, I assumed you knew I had to wait for Leslie to leave. Basically, the same old shit. I had to wait for her to leave, and while she was here, I was finishing up the movie. I kept having to pause it to take to take notes.
There's some McDonald's. I see it.
It's not McDonald's. You don't know me. It's the Arby's.
Arby's.
They have the meat.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we both know I'd never eat Arby's.
Arby's ain't too bad.
It ain't too bad, but it ain't too good either.
We went for Arby's the other day, and I got 2 sandwiches, 2 of the classic cheese sandwiches. And she got some kind of like bacon sandwich, and it's only $15. I was like, oh, it ain't too bad.
Wait a minute now.
And curly fries.
You're telling me she talked you into going to any place other than Crystal's, Taco Bell, and that's it?
Yeah, and I've gave Wendy's another chance too.
Oh my God, she is a keeper. Not only is she a keeper, she is a miracle worker.
Well, the Wendy's, they have this jalapeno thing that, now surprisingly enough, this is a food that Wendy's serves that doesn't come with mayonnaise.
You just cut out so hard.
I said, there's a jalapeno burger they got, and it's like the only food that Wendy's will have.
Will he ever return? Find out next time on Fuck That Pin Code.
Alright. You ready to start the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just froze so hard. I think it's because Leslie messaged me on Messenger. I'm going to send her a message saying, stop messaging me, you dumb bitch.
Or mute her.
Probably won't use that actual word.
Alright. This is Two Guys in the Dark. This is the first Disney special we're doing. All Disney.
Numero uno.
You know, this is basically like a comedy review show. So, it took like almost 80 episodes to get to a Disney special.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was waiting for... Alright, so, what's been happening since last time?
To clarify, at the beginning of this video, for those of you who have trouble with any form of, illiteracy, just stupidity in general, this is not for children.
Yeah.
Did you catch any of that?
Yeah, not for children, right?
But you heard the illiteracy and all that?
Yeah. You're referring to a
It froze again because Leslie messaged me again, even though I told her not to message me.
oh.
I bet she's sitting outside in her car texting me too. She should be doing that shit all the time.
Ugh. I thought you were referring to, we got a nasty comment on our Jetsons episode.
Oh yeah, no, I was referring to that.
Okay, yeah. So some
I just said, like,
I want to tell them the story. So a lady commented on our video saying, like, I can't believe what these guys are saying. I put this on for my grandchild to watch some Jetsons, and the words that came out of their mouth were horrible. These guys are retards. Alright. So I graciously responded back to her. I was like, first off, this is a podcast called Two Guys in the Dark, and this is just the Jetsons episode. I said, I was like, maybe if you bothered to read the title of the episode or the description of the video, you would have known that. I really hope your grandson doesn't grow up to be as stupid as you. Was that too far or no?
It was a little harsh, but I mean, maybe we'll get lucky and he'll actually be able to read.
Well, she did call us retards. I felt like a bitch slap back was I deserved.
Well, in this day and age, calling anybody that is almost, completely unacceptable. But she is a grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
She was probably what she looked like.
An old white lady.
Yep, I'm not surprised. Let's be honest. Anybody who has time to comment on a YouTube video who's a grandparent, I don't really care.
I hope if anything that kid learned some fun words. Because if my memory serves, the very beginning of the video,
I can think of one he might already know.
I remember this episode, the Jetsons episode. The very first thing we do was read off of sex pamphlets from a sex store.
Oh, man.
And I lost my co-host.
On our part, I will admit, maybe don't title it the Jetsons episode and start talking about lubing up booty holes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But again, there's all sorts of disclaimers on the YouTube channel,
mm-hmm.
on the video itself, and, it literally says not for children, so.
Yeah. And I had to mark that.
A lot of people, for some reason, seem to skim over that part.
And because every time I upload a video, I gotta make sure I click that, not for kids. And also, if you're, just for anybody listening out there, if you think about letting your kid watch YouTube cartoons, don't. I don't know if you remember Peppa the Pig. People were had a Peppa the Pig episode, and they cut it halfway, and they had scary people doing scary shit, fucking with the kids. That happened.
Kids to murder people and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was like, if you don't want, if we're not doing anything that bad, I mean, at least they were pretending to be that. We weren't. We're the video says what it is plus the description. Plus, what Jetsons episode is like an hour and a half or however long it was.
Maybe they thought it was the movie.
Yeah. Alright, so a couple months ago, when I was writing the notes for this episode, VJ messaged me and said, hey, write this down for the notes for the podcast.
Oh, God, no.
So VJ had me write down VJ's Gay Arnold story.
Oh, hey, I actually remember this one.
Alright. So let's, what
a surprise.
So what reason did you have me to write this down to talk about?
Well, me and my friends were working,
mm-hmm.
and for some reason, we started making Arnold Schwarzenegger references.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly who started it or how it started, or who said what. But actually, I think I do remember how it started. So I was listening to Austrian Death Machine.
Yeah.
I was playing it over the loudspeaker, and they're like, "What the fuck is this?" And I was like, "This is a death metal band that's pretty much all put together by one man, and he's a huge fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger and was inspired to bodybuild because of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and so he just created his own tribute band to Arnold Schwarzenegger, aka the Austrian Death Machine."
Yeah.
So after I explained the band to them, they're like, so the guy pretends to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, or just does songs where he's pretending to be like in the room with Schwarzenegger and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, pretty much. It's like all in the voice of Arnold Schwarzenegger. But it was funny because if you look at the set list of his songs on each album,
Yeah.
they're all pretty much Schwarzenegger references.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one of them's "I want your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle" from Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Or Terminator, all the Terminators, I think he says it. I know he references it in 3. Pretty sure it's originally from 2. But for all I know, it could definitely have been in the first one. I just don't remember him speaking much in the first movie.
Yeah.
Point being, all the songs are references to Arnold Schwarzenegger. And so we're at work, and for some reason, instead of saying all these Arnold Schwarzenegger references in an Arnold Schwarzenegger voice, like trying to, do comedic impersonations of him, we all just started doing it in like a extremely flamboyant way.
Yeah.
So instead of being like, "Get to the chopper," we were like, "Get to the chopper." And then from there it was like, "I want your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle." And if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Okay.
Shit like that, pretty much.
I could see how it would connect the bridge to Gay Arnold.
Well, see, so that's the thing, is like, I don't know how, but my brain was like, "Hey Arnold." Gay Arnold.
Yeah.
It was stupid. It's not really that funny, but my brain was just like, "Gay Arnold." Like, it's just the new Nickelodeon kids show.
Yeah.
It's a little teeny tiny Arnold Schwarzenegger with a flamboyant voice running up and down the streets quoting his lines and stuff. It was really dumb, but it happened, and I wanted it to be remembered, so
Okay.
I'm gonna talk about this on the podcast.
I got some stories.
I think, though, when I said to you that we should do it, I was like, maybe in my head I think it was like going to be a skit or a segment on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
But that was a minute ago. My memory is not the best, so there's no idea what idea I had in my mind when I originally said it.
Well, you had an idea, and that's what counts.
Brain power.
So you're Jesus Christ. You good?
No, it's crazy.
What?
I don't have COVID anymore.
So
I
are
have a
you
nasty ass cough.
are you out of COVID? Are you out of quarantine or?
Yeah, I'm out of quarantine. I go back to work on the on Tuesday.
Yeah. Me too.
Speaking of, what have you gotten into last week?
Well, I was supposed to go work on Saturday, but it snowed so hard here that my car couldn't make it out of the driveway. So I basically got a really long Christmas weekend.
Well, that's
Yeah. Yeah, that happened. So speaking of Christmas, what all did you get?
From here, Leslie got me a new TV.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 4K smart TV. And then,
How many TVs y'all need?
well, we have one TV for the upstairs bedroom. My old TV, which kind of not really good for anything anymore, so at some point I'm going to have to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I thought I was giving it to her mother, but she changed her mind, so I don't think I'll be giving it to her mom anymore. And then the new TV that she got me, we're thinking about putting in the playroom for the cat.
For the pets.
No, not for them. There's 2 seats in there. Like 2 chairs just chilling in there. So the TV that we got me, we're probably gonna put in there like for guests who stay in there and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Until we move.
Yeah. Yeah. When you finally moving?
Well, it's been a wild year. I don't need no lip from you. But I'm hoping to have all my affairs here squared away. I'm ready to go by the end of February, start of March.
Well, let's hope.
I'm about to pay off that where I have my car fixed.
Yeah.
And then I'm helping her pay off where a little kitty got sick. And then aside from like paying rent and stuff down here, all I have to do is save up to move.
Okay. Well, let's hope. Hopefully, no more setbacks. Do you anything else for Christmas?
For setbacks.
Yeah.
It's been so hard. But I tell you what, I got a new favorite candy, and we're gonna try it on the podcast at one point.
Nerds.
It's these Nerds Big Chewy, or they're called Big Chewy Nerds, and they're like hard shell on the outside and sweet, and then on the inside they're sour, chewy, and I love them. They're like my favorite candy.
Alright, well, we might have to try that.
And they come in 4 flavors. They come in orange, strawberry. Well, technically, the flavors are a little different. So it's blood orange is the flavor of the orange. Blue raspberry, blue ones. The green ones are watermelon, and then the red ones are strawberry lemonade.
Okay.
And you know, your boy loves some strawberry lemonade.
Alright. Got a couple other things to talk about. First thing I want to talk about is that we talk about Two Guys in the Groove. You can find the whole every song ever picked is on our YouTube channel, a playlist of just Two Guys in the Groove collection. Also, all the videos of the week are there too. So you can go on Facebook or go on our YouTube channel. They're all there.
We can have video of the week.
Yeah.
It's time for video of the week.
I got more stuff to talk about, so.
Oh, lame.
Yeah.
I'm trying to segue so well.
It was a good segue, but I ain't done yet. I want to tell you a story that happened to me the other day at work. I was working in the frozen section, And this skinny hippie kid comes up to me. He goes, "Where's the seasoning you put on asparagus?" And I'm like, "Bruh, look at me. You think I know that shit?" You think I know?
I eat asparagus?
Look, damn, you want to know where the Cheeto macaroni is? I got you. The asparagus seasoning? Fuck you. Get out of my way. I was like, fuck this kid. So that happened.
Where would one find asparagus seasoning anyway?
I think it's... I know the aisle, but none of the listeners give a shit, so...
Well, I didn't mean for their sake.
Yeah.
I was just curious what the hell asparagus seasoning is, because usually when I make asparagus, I put salt and pepper on it.
Apparently there's like a specific...
vegetable oil or olive oil, depends on what I have. And then a hint of Mrs. Dash, the garlic kind. Just a hint.
Yeah, apparently there's a whole thing that you put on asparagus. I had no clue. Alright, I want to skip this next bit, do it another day. So I guess now we are ready for video of the week.
Oh, segue.
Alright, BJ. You got to pick, I'll let you pick this one. This video of the week is called Doom Baby. Let us know.
It seemed perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect for the Disney episode.
Let us
all heartwarming and...
Tell us all about this video you picked.
Do what?
Tell us all about the video you picked this week.
So this week's video of the week is basically based off of, well, you know, Doom Guy. Doom. You know, the game I've been talking about every day forever. Because I fucking love that game now. And, it's like, if you go into the settings, it has all these settings, and basically this thing makes fun of it because it goes up to the very top setting. It's like baby mode, and the demons come in to destroy the Slayer, and of course, when they get in there, it's a freaking baby.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, sorry, I didn't realize it was on baby mode. And they, pretty much, you know, it gets funnier from there.
Yeah. I watched it. It's a pretty funny video. And if you want to watch it, go to our Facebook page, Two Guys in the Dark on Facebook, or go to our YouTube channel. We got the whole collection on there. Speaking of that, I just want to thank everybody. We're almost, as of today's recording, we're almost to 100 followers on Facebook. I thought it was like 4. And then I checked it the other day. It was like, I checked it yesterday. It was 74. I was like, holy shit. Checked it this morning and I'm at 79.
Ooh.
So I'm like, damn. Alright. So really happy about that. We're getting up there. We're getting up there. It's been a very slow pace. But you know what? Just don't give up. That's all. I mean, I'm not giving up anytime soon. I'm just as dedicated today as I was on day one on making it.
And the words of the immortal Tim Allen from Galaxy Quest.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember his name in the movie for some reason. Commander?
Yeah.
Commander something. Never give up. Never surrender.
Speaking of Tim Allen, I just Google searched him before we did the Zoom call.
Why?
I was watching the Screen Rants, the pitch meetings. I was
I do that all the time. And I think I know what you found.
Yeah, like the guy was talking about I was watching the Santa Claus one. And he's talking about we should get a guy with a good background. Yeah, Tim Allen. And it turns out Tim Allen did like 2 years in jail. I'm like, what the fuck? No way. And I looked online and he did. I was like, damn.
Was that before his acting career?
Yeah. It was late 70s. He was in jail.
So kind of like right before his acting career, I guess?
Like a good 10 years.
Yeah.
Like he said, he started to stand up in 75. He got arrested in 78 and got for drug trafficking, and then he got out of prison in 81, and then like he didn't really blow up until like early 90s.
It's pretty... doesn't really sound like it was the worst thing ever.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Just drug trafficking.
yeah, I don't judge.
Like, is drug trafficking the worst thing ever to go to jail for? Like,
No.
like, what do we know, based off of this internet thing that we read? Like, did they have amounts? Like, were there specifics?
No, I didn't really want to know. I just
Did he get caught with like a little bit, or did he get caught with a lot? Because in the 70s, I don't know.
I'm glad he did that before the war on drugs.
Yeah. Well, technically, I think the 70s.
Was the thing that Reagan?
70s is when it started, right?
I don't know. What I think was I thought Reagan was the 80s.
When was Nixon president?
Okay, Google.
Early 80s.
When was Nixon president?
Richard Nixon served from January 20th, 1969 until August 9th, 1974.
Okay, Google. When was Ronald Reagan president?
Ronald Reagan served from January 20th, 1981 until January 20th, 1989.
Okay, yeah, so Reagan started all that. So he got out just in time.
I thought Nixon started the war on drugs.
No, I think that
Okay, Google. Who started the war on drugs in the United States? Damn it, Google. Why don't you listen to me, you stupid bitch?
she don't listen to Tasia either. Okay, Google. Who
Who
started the war on drugs?
Google, you're going down for this. It's 2020.
Richard Nixon. Here's a
Almost
summary from the
2021.
website Britannica.com. The war on drugs began in June 1971 when U.S. Pres. Richard Nixon declared drug abuse to be public enemy number one.
Okay, I guess Nixon did start it.
Called it.
Anyway, this ain't a damn U.S. history podcast, so let's
That
get.
should be so that we can learn a lot about U.S. history. I like U.S. history. I like history in general, though.
Okay, are you ready for the next segment?
Is it Butt Plugs Anonymous?
Nope. Pretty close, actually.
I guess I'm still... Oh, I know what the next segment is. This week, we would like to shout out our sponsor.
Oh, I thought you were going to do that.
No, I assumed you had it written down.
Let's see. I don't think we got a sponsor this week. Nope. No sponsors this week. But if you want to sponsor us, you can. Just email us at twoguysinthedark@gmail.com and you could sponsor the show. Okay.
Do it.
Yeah.
Sponsor us. Sponsor us.
Alright. Now, it's next segment time. This is a little segment I like to call Story Time with VJ and Sean.
Uh-oh. This segment can get dangerous quick.
Okay, so here's the beginning of the story that I wrote. VJ and Sean are at Disney World. It's a very crowded day at the park. I like to think this is before COVID. They go on the ride, the Haunted Mansion. They get halfway through the ride when the ride shuts down. They sit there, and as the ghost animatronics stop and stare at them. Alright, you want to go first or second?
I'll go second.
Okay. VJ and Sean are scared. All the animatronic ghosts have stopped to stare at them. They're wondering, is it a coincidence they stopped at this thing? Or are they really looking at us? And at that point, we see the one animatronic blink at us.
Blink or wink?
Blink. Alright, you go.
VJ and Sean look extremely worried. VJ says, I know what to do, Sean. Follow my lead. VJ runs up, kicks the blinking one right in the nuts, and then runs off, takes off full speed the opposite direction, leaving Sean there to stand there with his mouth agape like, oh fuck. Your turn.
Okay. Sean stares at the ghost animatronic thinking, well, if he's alive, this is the time to find out, because he just got kicked in the nuts. The animatronic doesn't move. Sean's like, whew, I thought we were going to be in some trouble there for a minute. That's when Sean felt a big hand on his shoulder. He turns around to see a very pissed off security guard. Your turn.
VJ comes hobbling back with two guards whose arms are wrapped around his shoulders. With a sad look on his face. VJ looks at Sean and says, Sean, I kicked the thing a little too hard and I think I broke my toe. Sean laughs like an asshole. Then VJ looks at the security guards and says, are we in trouble? And security guards say, not with us you're not, but with them. The security guards usher VJ and Sean into the arms of the animatronics, and the animatronics then press a button on their instruments that opens this secret passage underneath the Disney park. Then they lead VJ and Sean down into the dark secret passage. Your turn.
Alright. All the animatronics push us towards this scary path. We go and go for miles and miles. Finally, we reach a large room with a throne. And on this throne is the animatronic of Walt Disney himself, who stands up. He goes, you boys have done it now, disrespecting my legacy. For this you shall be executed. Your turn.
They usher VJ and Sean up to the execution platform. Everybody's standing below in front of three giant fans that are attached to the execution platform at the bottom of an incline, which looks sort of like a slide. Oh, Sean, I think they're going to push us down the slides into the giant fans and chop us up into little pieces. Sean gets scared. Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't want to die. I got so many more episodes to put out that I've already... DJ says, just, we gotta think fast, Sean. Sean pees his pants a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. Sean pees so much that the water runs down the slide and gathers around the feet of the animatronics. Hanging down in front of VJ and Sean is a light feature that VJ quickly knocks over. It's still attached to the wires and slides down the slide with all the water, electrocuting all the animatronics except for, of course, Walt Disney.
My turn?
Yeah, Sean, we took them all out in one hit. Rising from the animatronics, Walt Disney grabs pieces and creates an even more large, giant version of himself, kind of like a Walt Disney Megazord that also has sort of Mickey Mouse-esque features.
Okay.
Sean. Oh, fuck. looks over at VJ. I'm all out of piss, man. VJ says, alright, I can do this. I'll take one for the team. VJ pees his pants, but just a little bit, because he ain't no bitch. Just a little bit. And it's enough to destroy the Megazord Mickey / Walt Disney.
Wait, what? How? Did he pee on it?
Yeah, I kind of like pee down the slide. It touches its toes. It's just a little bit.
So does it blow up, or what happens to it?
It short circuits.
Okay.
Then the day is saved thanks to VJ's quick thinking and Sean's weak bladder.
We got one more turn left, right? I'm pretty sure.
I thought you got a turn, I got a turn. You got a turn, then I got a turn.
We had 3 turns.
Oh, okay. Thank God I saved the day in 2.
Yeah. Alright, I guess we're going to end it here because there's nothing. We saved the day.
Well, I mean, we can go back to the Disney park.
Okay, fine. My last turn. We take lots of selfies of all the things we see down there. And then we exit the secret passage, and then we go online to sell all the information we got to Disney park people who love Disney parks. We sell all that information for a cool $1.2 million.
1.2.
Alright, your last turn here.
VJ and Sean are sitting in their home after making so much money. Their new home, by the way, which is very swag and baller and nice house. Really, really cool place. They hear a rattling at the door and then a knocking. And then they see an envelope slide underneath the door. VJ and Sean cautiously approach the envelope. "The fuck is this?" says VJ, ripping open the envelope. Pictures of VJ and Sean having peed themselves. Sean says, "Oh no, where did they get these?" DJ fumbles through the papers and finds a note. "I know what really happened at Disney World. I want $1 million by the end of the week sent to this P.O. box, or I will release the information and make your lives a living hell and ruin your YouTube careers." VJ and Sean get really sad and go sit down. It looks like they have a lot of contemplating to do. Meanwhile, in a dark room, you hear the flip-flop of flip-flops as somebody is walking down a dark corridor. They enter a room giggling, and they sit down onto a nice cozy looking chair and flip on a lamp switch. It's Tasia with an evil smile. "Soon that $1 million will be mine, and there is nothing they can do about it," she whispers. Down the hall, you hear Sean say, "What was that, Tasia? What'd you say?" Nothing. The end.
The end?
Yeah.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay. What are we going to name this episode? Episode 2.
What are we going to name it? The Disney Chronicles?
Okay. So there's going to be a part 2 to this Disney one?
Definitely should.
Okay. Alright. This is becoming one of my new faves.
I don't know why Kezia had a German accent. But
That's why I was about to ask. Like, she sounded German, but okay. Maybe secretly she's German in this universe. So, another thing I want to talk to you about was, I think it was like Christmas Day, there was a bombing in Nashville.
I was going to bring that up in the news portion, but I didn't get the chance, so I was like, I'll do it on the next episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how we spent our Christmas this year, was waking up, we went and we got breakfast at like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And then we drove back home and sat down on the couch and we just started getting all kinds of updates on a bombing that happened in downtown Nashville.
How close is that to you?
Well, since we moved, it's not very close at all. Like, I would say we live at least 30 minutes.
30.
But before we moved, we would have been close enough to hear the aftershock, not the aftershock, but like the concussion and everything.
Yeah.
You know,
That's fucking
because a bunch
crazy.
of people in the old neighborhood that we lived in were reporting, like, a bunch of people in Mount Juliet, which is a little bit closer to downtown than we are,
Yeah.
but still pretty far out like we are, were reporting that they heard a loud explosion or a loud bang, and that it woke up so many people. And actually, some people in Mount Juliet have videos of what happened outside, like their front door cams and whatnot.
Yeah.
And there's one video of this cat, like, here's the loud bang, and you see it just take off running in the other direction.
Jesus.
Like, what the hell just happened? Like, it got scared, like, scared senseless. But yeah, that's just how our Christmas kind of went. We woke up, got breakfast, sat down on the couch, and started getting all kinds of updates of this horrible thing that had happened on Christmas morning.
That's crazy.
This RV had parked downtown and just started blasting out information like, this RV has explosives inside of it. Do not approach this RV. Everyone leave the area. Evacuate, basically. And a woman's, like, recorded voice. This is just information that we were able to figure out based off of, like, YouTube, like, videos that people had posted.
Yeah.
Of what was going on. The news actually cleared it up recently and gave us all the information. But if y'all want to see, we could probably put a link to it.
Yeah,
Facebook page.
I watched the video you sent me about the guy who did it and shit. Was he in the RV?
Was he what?
Was he in the RV when it exploded?
Based on the remains that they found, yeah. And he had told some of his neighbors or whoever he started giving those stuff away. We read a bunch of articles online. He had sold his apartment or his house for free, basically, to somebody who lived in California. He was just giving all kinds of stuff away.
Yeah.
And he had told some of his neighbor people who were close to him, who he was giving the stuff to, that he had been diagnosed with cancer. So I don't know if that's true, but based off everything we learned about the guy, he was not wanting to be here anymore. But
yeah.
He definitely chose a more interesting route
to go out.
You'd expect.
Yeah.
Can you hear that air conditioner that just cut on?
No.
Okay, good.
So, yeah, I actually had a fairly good Christmas for me. Christmas Eve, went to my Aunt Debbie's house with Tasia, introduced her to the family, basically. They all seemed to like her pretty good. We didn't say
your family met Tasia?
Yeah, well, not my Nana Kay, because she won't come. She's too afraid of COVID. She won't let me come over, so, but, yeah, like, on Christmas Eve, though, we were over there, and it was snowing, and, like, we kept looking outside, and it was like, it's snowing harder. And then...
Damn it. Hang on.
Goddamn.
Leslie's calling me. Oh, wait, no, that's not Leslie. Hang on. Some number. I don't know. Hold on, you good. Continue.
Alright. So we're sitting there, and it's Christmas Eve, and we notice it starts snowing. And then throughout the day, it's like, hey, it keeps snowing, and snowing, and snowing, and it's snowing hard. So we're like, should we leave? So after we opened gifts, we look outside. I mean, it's like inches deep, and for Knoxville, that's a no-no in Knoxville. So we're like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. And so it took us like an hour and a half to get home, and we saw 20 people that flew off in the ditches and are stuck on the side of the road in snow. It was crazy. But that was Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, we woke up super early.
Pretty funny.
We woke up super early on Christmas Day. Got some, morning booty. That was nice. Then we opened gifts. Tatia made me this, like, box that actually had Christmas lights in it that lit up inside of her box she made me.
I think everything's cleared up. You said she got you a box with lights in it?
Yeah, and it actually lit up on it. That's kind of nice.
Like, it was lit up?
Yeah, like, there had a battery in it, and you turn
What
it
else
on.
was inside the box?
Just candy and drinks, and she made me some very sweet notes. Which is kind of nice.
Aww.
Yeah. Then
And
actually,
this is y'all's first Christmas together?
yeah. And then,
Huh?
yeah. First Christmas, and then, we all opened
Yeah.
gifts. I got my dad, Friday 13th Blu-ray collection. It has like 16 DVDs, because that's how many special features it has. I also got him a D&D book to get a new campaign to run.
Now, here's my question
Yeah.
about that. You got a new Friday the 13th Blu-ray set, but I'm just curious. Because Voodoo, and he can watch them at any time.
Well, yeah, but
Do you
it's
think he'll actually...
but it's for the special features, you see.
But is he going to watch those special features?
I don't know.
Or is he going to sit there with the rap on for a long time?
Well, if he don't watch it, I'll watch it. That's
I guess what my real question is Brian, are you this?
what you're slow.
Are you listening to this, Brian?
Okay, now say that again.
I just want you to know. The speaker did the thing again, and you were just like, don't watch it at all. And you sounded just like that.
It did that to you too.
When?
While you were talking, you were like something about Brian, and it was going slow motion, like her head reared back for it and everything, and it was like in super slow motion. I was like, "What? Some Godzilla shit?"
I'm gonna shoot laser beams out my mouth.
Uh huh.
Here, let me play it for you. I'm back
All right.
in better than ever.
How many times are we going to sing that on this show? That's like the second episode in a row. Where we?
I hate that song, but it really just comes up a lot.
It does. Alright, are we ready?
I mean, like, when is there not a perfect time to sing it?
I guess when you've been in one spot for a while. Okay, we ready to move on?
I think that we are. Yeah.
Okay. It is now time for another segment, which I call Tales of Stand-Up. This is where I talk about my trials and tales of stand-up comedy. So this week we're going to talk. What are you doing to the camera? Don't do that.
I wasn't kissing the camera. I don't know what you're talking about. Damn.
That's too close. I don't want to see that.
You
All
know,
right.
Do what?
I said that was too close, and a lot of lips on the camera. I was like, "Whoa, that's way too close. I don't want to see all the stuff." It looks like an asshole. Stop.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that.
It did. It looked like a really puckered ass.
Is that why you didn't want to see it, Sean?
Yeah. Alright, so let's talk about, this is Skybox Sports Bar. This is on Gay Street, downtown Gay Street, Knoxville, Tennessee. And this was my very first venue I've ever performed at. My very first time doing stand-up was here. And I was nervous as fuck.
As fuck?
Yeah, I was super nervous. I think I did pretty good at memorizing my set. That was the main thing I was worried about. Was memorizing my set. The good thing about doing stand-up is the more you do it, the less you have to, really worry about it. Because after a while, it starts going like that. You don't have to worry about. But like the first couple of times, doing jokes, it's like, oh shit, what was that joke? Because when I do my jokes on stage, I want every word, every single way the joke is worded, I want it to be precise. So that's a little bit harder on my spot. In my class, which is where I was doing the stand-up, one of the comedians doesn't write his jokes down. He just goes off memory. It's like, bro, I don't know how you do that. But a lot of his stuff, though, it's like he's trying to remember, he's trying to think of things to say. So yeah, I don't want to waste time on stage doing that. But I think I did fairly good for my first time. I was super nervous, and the funny thing was, I just stared at Tasia the entire time. I'm just staring like I'm like a statue. Everybody's like, you gotta look around, bro. And I was like, I know. And it took a couple of times doing stand-up to get out of it. But very first time, I was just a statue staring at her. And I was like, oh God. But I did it, And once you do it, you've done it. First time's definitely the scariest. And you know what? I had a good.
First cut is the deepest.
I had a good time. I actually recorded this one. And I think you've seen this.
What makes you so sure that I've seen it?
Because I emailed it to you. And you said you watched it. So I kind of like the confirmations.
Oh, yeah. I have seen this one. It's the one that has the video with every single one of the
comedians,
people you had worked with, and then you're in the middle of it, like about 2 or 3 in, something like that.
That was the first one in, actually.
Okay, then if that's the case, then that's the only one I watched, was just your stand-up. No offense to anyone else.
Yeah, that's okay. So
fuck those guys.
The rule was whoever got there first got to pick their spot on set. And I got there a good 2-3 hours before everybody else did. So I got to go pick, and I want to go number 1.
So you went numero uno.
Yeah. Then the second show, I got there first, and I was like, you know what? I want to go second. And then the guy who was supposed to go number 1 bailed, So I got bumped up to number 1. I was like, I thought I was got to pick. So yeah. And my third show and fourth show, I went last. But there was a bonus show I went to that wasn't part of the class. And it was like 30 comedians were performing. And I also went first. So, but we'll talk about that venue later. I actually got that in my notes for a future episode. That venue. But this is just Skybox. We ate there. It was kind of expensive. I only ate a cheeseburger. The second time we went, I had a cheeseburger. We were going to see my teacher's show. It was like a block away. So I was like, well, we'll eat here. It'd be a nice date for me and Tasia. We ate, and then we went to go see his show. So, I mean, and I like the burger a lot. And I think we got nachos with it, which was delicious. So it's a little pricey, but good food. And hopefully I get to perform there again. And this has been Tales of Stand Up, Skybox Bar and Grill. I can't tell if you're really thinking.
I wish I could have seen this happen.
Well, hopefully you get to see like a future show where I'm much better on stage.
Now I want to see the struggle, bro.
There's still struggle. I mean, there's a venue I could perform at, but I really hate that venue, and we're going to be talking about that one too in a future episode.
Uh-oh. Is it a bunch of rednecks? Or should I have said red yucks?
No. No.
Yucks.
No,
So
not.
I was trying to say it like goofy, but for some reason my brain did not want to do it right. Red yucks. You say no?
No, not that. Not the venue I'm talking about. No. All right.
I'll have to hear about this one at a later time then, I guess.
Yes. And I
I assume I've heard about it before, but
think I talked about it in Messenger. Speaking of rednecks, it's time for the Captain Cool Quiz Show. Do-do-do-do.
excellent segue.
Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Welcome to the Captain Cool Quiz Show with your host, Captain Cool, where our one contestant, VJ, has to get 4 questions right out of 6. If he does, he
All he
wins
has
a prize.
to do is get 4 right.
Yep. Well,
He never wins.
just like the Jetsons episode, we're doing a whole special where we haven't talked about the actual special we're doing. So it's an hour and 3 minutes in, and we're finally going to talk about Disney because the Captain Cool Quiz Show is all Disney related questions. How confident are you in your Disney questions?
Let's just get started. It's never going to be questions that like make sense or are even relevant. It's going to be some shit like, who directed this movie in 1969? God dang it. Who produced it? And who was the company that got hit in the nuts? And what guy's name was Larry who watched this movie 20 years ago and was like, hey, this movie's alright.
I think the questions are pretty easy this week. I think this is, if you know slightly enough about Disney, I think this should be a breeze.
Slightly enough for you is like, who directed
There's no.
Lady and the Tramp?
The only one that's like that is there's a voice actor question on who voiced a certain character. But it's a Disney movie I know you've seen, so I think you'll get it. Question number 1. Where does Aladdin live?
Arabia.
Nope. I'll give you 3 chances. Just like the genie. You got 2 left. They say it all the time, and even if you ever play Kingdom Hearts, it's the name of the world.
Oh, yeah.
It does start with an A. That's the last hint I'll give you.
Alibaba.
Nope. Do you know it? You got 1 chance left.
I'm picking up on some childhood memories.
Uh-huh.
Akbar.
Do you know Akbar from Star Wars?
Oh no, you know what? Agrabah.
Okay, I'm going to give you that. That's correct.
Agrabah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one you got right.
I love how I said Akbar.
That's like, no, that's
that
a wrong
reminded
memory.
me.
Wrong memory. Okay. Question number 2. What macho hunk tries to marry Belle in Beauty and the Beast?
The Beast. Duh. No, I actually know this one. And the funny reason of why I know it is because I met somebody while I was down here who named their dog after him.
Oh, boy.
And then it referenced the song that nobody does anything like him, like in the song where they're like, no one, like no one, like
Yeah.
And he gave his dog a Instagram, and the name on the Instagram is No One Farts Like Gaston.
That's right. It's Gaston. All right. That's 2. 2 right, and that's 2. That's 2 questions in, and they're 2 right. So that means you only got to get 2 more to win. I think this one's going to be
unusual for me.
Yeah. I know.
And this is where it goes downhill.
This next question, I know you've seen the movie because you used to quote it all the time. So I think you should get this one pretty easy. Question
I'm
number
laughing. I haven't seen this movie once.
Question number 3. Who voiced the dog Bolt in the movie Bolt?
John Travolta.
Correct. All right, you got 3 questions.
Is it weird that I knew that one?
I knew you'd get it. Okay, 3 questions left. You only have to get 1 right. Question number 4. What town does the car Mater live in?
Spring. Raider Lake City.
No. It's close. This you got it, but it's not Raider Lake.
Radiator Springs.
That's correct. You have won the Cap Cool Quiz Show.
Oh!
Okay, just for fun, let's do the other 2. What color is Dumbo's hat?
Dumbo the elephant.
Yeah.
What color is his hat?
Mm-hmm.
It's been a minute since I've seen this movie. Is it red?
No, it's yellow.
That was the only other guess I had. Why didn't you give me a second guess, jackass?
Well, you already won. It don't matter. Last
Okay.
question. What was Crunk's specialty food that he made for Cusco when he came over?
Cream puffs. Spinach puffs.
Correct, Spanish puffs. And that,
Ooh, I'm so good at this.
your prize is you get 1 movie on Vudu for $9.99 and less.
Your prize is actually a prize for me.
Shut up. You won a prize. That's all that matters. Alright.
But who really won?
You get to watch it anytime you want. What's the difference?
Well, I was just saying, you could have bought me a game for $9.99 on the PlayStation Network.
I don't know how that works. I don't even know how to do that. Like, can I send you a game?
I don't know how to do that. Because it's not Voodoo, and how would I watch it? If I bought you a game, how would I watch it, PJ?
Shut up. Okay. Go to Wheel of Topics.
Yeah, you better move on.
Wheel of Topics. Alright, you ready?
Yes.
Keeping up with the theme. This is a Disney-themed Wheel of Topics. So here are your topics. Dark Cloud.
Hey, these topics better be Disney related.
Yeah, they are. Dark Cloud. Who would you want Disney to buy next? Least favorite Disney movie. Favorite Disney song. What Disney movie needs a sequel? And finally, Hercules versus the Disney Universe.
Let's do Who do you want Disney to buy next?
Okay, so Disney's gonna buy someone. Who would you want it to be?
AMC.
Like the Walking Dead guys and Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Why's that?
Well, they already screwed up The Walking Dead. And I'd say that Breaking Bad went over well, and Better Call Saul went off well.
Well, Better Call Saul's got one season left, but pretty sure they already filmed
Yeah,
it.
no, I'm saying, like, so far, Better Call Saul's doing alright.
Oh, it's great.
But I was going to say, the reason that I think it'd be funny if they took them over, because they just launched, like, I don't know how long ago they launched it, but I just now start seeing, like, constant advertisement for download the AMC app today. Like,
Not everybody needs an app, though.
do what?
Not everybody needs an app. Discovery Channel's just launched theirs.
Well, here's the crazy thing about it all is, like, I keep thinking about, like, all these different things. It's like all these different apps. And I was like, man, the cable company really screwed up. They could have launched their version of it, like, and just had people subscribe so that they could subscribe and pay online and watch all these different things.
Yeah.
Then I find out that the cable network, that our provider that we actually have, has a thing like that. Like, if you use our provider like we do, you can go online at any time and watch specific shows through Xfinity.
It's
I was like, this was already a thing.
I think
How long has this been a thing?
eventually TVs are going to cut it down tremendously. I think it's just going to be for old people that are too stubborn to do streaming. Like, you know, those old people who are too stubborn to do self-checks. I think that's what it's going to be. You know, which is fine. I think it's just going to be like I think they're going to cut down TV a lot because, I mean, streaming's everywhere. And I think eventually a lot of those small streaming apps like Discovery Channel, the AMC app, I think they're going to just get absorbed by the bigger apps. So, like, I think 3 or 4
Essentially going to make it like cable all over again.
Yeah. I think 3 or 4 are going to go Netflix, 3 or 4 are going to go Disney Plus, 3 or 4 are going to go HBO Max. I think HBO Max, Disney, and Netflix are going to be the 3 big. I think Disney should just absorb Hulu. Just absorb Hulu into theirs. And, you know, ESPN, that would just make them, you know, really, really big. I think that'd be cool.
Oh, shit.
Alright. You ready for the next one?
Yes.
Dark Cloud. Least favorite Disney movie. Favorite Disney song. What Disney movie needs a sequel? Hercules versus the Disney Universe.
Least favorite Disney movie.
What Disney movie are you like, ugh, I don't like that one?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Not because that I just love all Disney movies, but more because I don't like that many Disney. Like, there's not a lot of Disney movies that I just like, oh my god, I have to watch this movie now, or like I have to watch this movie more than once.
Yeah.
But if I had to say which one comes on and I'm just like, I don't really give a flying fuck about this movie, then I'd have to go with Cinderella.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, question. Have you
Don't
seen
really care.
Have you seen Cinderella 2?
No.
It's way worse. In fact, that's my pick, Cinderella 2. You know why?
In fact, that's my pick, Cinderella 2.
You know why it's so bad?
Well,
Have you ever seen a TV show that does a whole episode of like flashbacks to earlier episodes?
yes, One Piece.
Okay, it's more than One Piece. A lot of shows do it. That's Cinderella.
Oh no!
That's Cinderella
That's like
too.
60% of One Piece.
Okay. Anyway, that's Cinderella 2. Remember Cinderella 1? Yeah. Okay.
Remember that time this bitch lost her shoe?
That's why it's my least favorite. I don't know what she's watching, but a rhino just shit all over the place.
Wait, what?
I looked over at what Tazia's watching. It was like a bunch of political things, and out of nowhere, it was like a pitch, just a video of a rhino shitting all over himself. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Did it kind of look like ice cream?
No, I know.
Coming out of a ice cream pump.
No, it was like it launched about a good foot
Out of it, like, so it didn't actually poop itself; it pooped everybody else.
Yeah, like it was. It's weird. It's like, have you ever seen a fire hydrant? Like when it's
Well, yeah, I've
open,
seen a fire hydrant
it's like
before.
boom, and it shoots out, and then it like curves down. I don't know. I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is. I'm glad I'm not watching it.
Except you did watch it.
I don't know. I know.
That's why you're gonna remember that rhino's butthole forever.
I know. I remember Samuel Jackson was in this earlier. I don't know what the fuck.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Samuel Jackson was on this thing, wherever she's watching. And then the girl from Friends, and I saw that Leslie
Girl
something
from
from Saturday Night Live, the one that's the host of the. Who's that lady? Who's that lady on Saturday Night Live that's now the host of Supermarket Sweep?
Leslie Jones?
Her. She was in here. The girl from Friends, Phoebe, and Sam Jackson was in this. I don't know what this is. Anyway, moving on. Dark Cloud. Favorite Disney song. What Disney movie needs a sequel? And Hercules versus the Disney Universe.
Let's do Hercules versus the Disney Universe.
Alright, this is the one I've been most looking forward to on this topic. How do you think Hercules would just slaughter them all, or do you think they'd be able to beat them? Now, we're only counting core Disney. No Marvel, no Star Wars. It's just, the Disney. Pure and simple Disney.
I don't think you'd be able to slaughter them all, like, without competition. I mean, Disney's Hercules wasn't even, like, shown to be, like, that much of a badass, really.
Well, I mean, he lifted the Hydra, he lifted Cerberus, he was crashing through buildings. Who's going to beat him? I think, the biggest competition he has is people in the Hercules movie.
You don't think Poseidon? Whatever Ariel's father's name was.
Oh, King Triton?
Yeah, King Triton.
I think he'd get his ass whooped by Hercules.
You don't think Ursula has a chance? Or Maleficent?
Maleficent, no. Ursula, I doubt it unless she somehow made a deal with him.
I don't know.
You know who
I feel like he could be easily tricked because I feel like it's happened before. I feel like it happened in the Hercules movie. He got tricked by Hades.
Yeah, like if they
made
do
him so weak, right?
If they do tomfoolery, or say they put a gun to Meg's head and they had to make a deal, yeah, they could beat him that way. But I'm just maybe like an arena style fight, like everybody in Disney Universe in an arena with him. No bullshit. Say we take logic out of it. The only one I could think of who would stand a chance is Genie, but Genie has a lot of rules. Like there may be a rule against his magic don't work on gods. I'm thinking that could be a rule. But unless it's...
What about Elsa from Frozen?
It'd snap her neck in like 2 seconds.
If she doesn't freeze him first.
Even if she did, I'd say he could break out of it. Or just wait to melt.
How long does he have to wait?
I don't think... Okay, let me put it like...
3 years later, she just refreezes him again.
Okay, if this was like a timed fight, maybe. But if this was like a death battle, I don't think she can finish the job.
What about an ice spike through the heart?
I don't think the ice could break through that.
Oh, you think he's just too beefy?
Too beefy.
Oh, Hercules, you're too strong. You're too beefy.
Have you seen Moana?
Have I seen what?
Moana.
Yeah.
How strong is The Rock's character? Would you think he would stand a chance?
I mean, yeah, I think that'd be a good fight. I don't know. He'd probably still lose to Hercules. I think his name's Maui. Did you catch any of that?
Yeah, I caught all that.
Okay.
That's one of the few Disney movies I haven't seen, so I'll have to check that out. I don't think Merlin would stand a chance. The only ones I could think could do it is maybe Zeus. Maybe.
Couldn't Zeus take away Hercules' power?
I guess so.
I mean, I don't know. Wasn't he the one who gave it to him?
I think he earned it. I don't think Zeus had anything to do with it. I don't know.
It's been a long ass time since I watched this.
Yeah. So we're saying. I'm gonna say yes. He could take out the Disney universe. What are you saying?
I'll take a yeah. I'll say a yeah.
Okay.
I'll say a yeah to that as well.
All right. Dark Cloud.
I'm sure we're missing some important people that need to be included.
Yeah.
In this fight, that would, change the face and the shape of the fight that we're not figuring out, not picking out.
Bambi. All right. Dark Cloud. Least favorite Disney movie. Oh no, we done that. Never mind. Dark Cloud. Favorite Disney song, and what Disney movie needs a sequel?
Favorite Disney song.
All right. What's your favorite? What's the one you jam to?
You already know the answer to this one.
Mulan.
Any song from the Mulan soundtrack.
Yeah, that's a good.
I'm never gonna catch my breath. Puppy doesn't feel like Booby. Boy, was I a fool in school for cutting Jim. This guy's got scared to death. I just realized I sang that out of order.
Yeah. For me, okay, here it is. It's called Death to 2020 is what the video
what?
is. She was watching this thing called Death Out of 2020. Okay, I just saw it on there. All right. Anyway, I don't know. I think an underrated soundtrack is the Hercules soundtrack.
I mean, it's good. I wouldn't go with underrated, but it's good.
What was the one he was doing where he was singing at Zeus's palace? Oh my god, I fucking love that song. Another good soundtrack, Tarzan. Fucking booming.
Well, yeah, but you put Phil Collins to anything.
I think he did Tarzan 2 as well.
That one was mediocre.
But still, I mean, both you got... Oh, hell, now she's watching goddamn Big Mouth.
Now she's watching what?
Big Mouth.
She's watching what?
Big Mouth.
Why are you so mad?
I don't know, I just looked over.
Now she's watching fucking Big Mouth.
Anyway, Tarzan, Hercules, Mulan, I think they all have great ones. Nightmare for Christmas. My favorite.
Oh, there's a good question. What about Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas?
I'd be crushed to bones.
Be what?
Be crushed to bone dust. If you're talking about the Hercules.
Damn, you just got no faith in your boy.
I like Jack, but Hercules. Hercules. I mean,
Hercules is Hercules. Hercules.
Alright. Yeah, I think my favorite Disney song is the one Hercules. I can't remember the name of it, but it's the one Hercules sings while he's at his dad's palace and shit. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen it. I'd like to rewatch it today. For our last segment, what Disney movie needs a sequel?
What Disney movie needs a sequel, Sean?
Okay, for me, The Nightmare Before Christmas, but I want it based on the Nightmare Before Christmas video game for PS2 called Oogie's Revenge, which is really fucking good.
Well, what's the story behind that one?
Oogie comes back.
For those of us who do not know and may not have ever played that game that you are referencing.
Yeah, so there's this PS2, I think it was on Xbox, maybe GameCube. There's a Nightmare Before Christmas game, and Oogie Boogie comes back to life thanks to Lock, Shock, and Barrel. Yeah, and something about he kicks Jack out of town or something. I can't remember. It's been like 10 years or more since I played it. I might go on YouTube and just watch the gameplay of the whole game.
Just to remember?
Yeah, I did that recently with Mad World. It's a Wii exclusive game. The game's so fucking badass. And it's about this guy called Jack. He's got a chainsaw attached to his hand. He's got a metal hand, and it's like a... Have you heard of Mad World?
I'm sure I don't think I've ever played it. I'm sure I heard of it, but
It's
I don't
this
know.
game where it's like this big competition of all these badasses, and then like you get points by killing people, and then the more creative ways to kill them, you get more points. And that's the whole game, and you're going around killing people. It's a Wii exclusive.
I'm gonna have to try that game out. It sounds interesting.
You know your
but
boy.
I don't think I've ever heard of it. Really. I mean, I think I've like I'm sure I've watched like a video like What Culture or something like.
Yeah.
Any gaming channel referenced it at some point on a list and tell me like things about it, but I don't think that I know personal like things about it.
The voice
from what
actor.
we've talked about.
There's an announce team in the game that like commentate over the whole game, and the guy who does Bender's voice from Futurama is one of the announcers, and it's really cool.
Bender from Future. Oh, I know who you're talking about. What's his name?
I don't remember his name. It's like an Italian-like name. Anyway.
It's a white dude with ginger hair.
Alright, let's move on with the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We marked it, done it. Looks like it's time for movie reviews. This is your time to say movie reviews.
Movie reviews.
Alright. And keeping up with the theme, this is a Disney movie review special. First up to bat is the complete series of Billy Dilley.
Who got Billy
Actually,
Dilley?
it's Billy Dilley Super-Duper.
Why did you have to bring it back up?
Billy Dilley Super-Duper Subterranean Summer.
Subterranean adventure?
Summer.
Summer, yeah, Subterranean Summer.
Alright, first thing I want to point out is that VJ picked this show. I had no clue what it was, never heard of it. So VJ's like...
First thing I want to point out is, I'm sorry.
VJ's like, hey buddy, let's do, so they're doing Disney special. He goes, Billy Dilley, let's do that. I'm like, okay. I My notes originally hated it. Because usually I'll say I originally hated it and then it gets better. Didn't get better. My favorite part...
Okay, well, for me, it actually did get a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like, once I got comfortable with the level of annoying that the characters were going to be, like, once I realized how annoying they were going to be and what the overall point of the show was, and, like, I mean, it didn't change it too much, but I was like, okay, I see what's happening. This is it. It doesn't get any better than this.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It wasn't the worst show I'd ever seen. Let me get I reserve that for a later time.
Okay. It wasn't the worst show.
I get what you mean. Like, I don't know if it was worth sitting through all of it.
Luckily, it was a short show. Wasn't too long. So I guess it was okay. My favorite part of the show was my favorite stand-up comedian, Brian Posehn, was a character.
Yes, I was going to mention that.
Mm-hmm.
But you beat me to it. Continue.
In my notes, I literally wrote, "Fuck you, BJ, for picking this out of all the great Disney Channel shows." But I mean, we got to review the bad and the good, so it is what it is. Don't be
mad at me, you little bitch. I was just doing my job, and actually, what had happened was you were like, "We need to do something on Disney Plus," and I had literally just turned that on and watched the entire first episode, and was like, "I'm never gonna watch this again." And I was like, I read your message, and you're like, "We need to pick something for Disney Plus," and I was like, "How about this?"
Yeah. All right.
I was more one of those situations where at the time I was like, well, I had to sit through it. Fuck you.
All right. In my notes, I was like, this is Disney's answer to Uncle Grandpa. A question they didn't really need. Because if I was Disney and I saw Uncle Grandpa, I'm like, all right, Cartoon Network, you can just keep that one. That's fine. But they were like, no, we need Billy Dilley. Holy shit.
The sad thing is, though, like, kids today love that stuff, which is...
Well, not this show. It got canceled.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, in my notes...
like Cartoon Network, you see some lame stuff on there nowadays.
So, yeah, a lot of it's lame. But there's a few gems in there. In my notes, I
Very
said...
few.
In my notes, I did say it got a bit better towards the end.
It did. It got a bit better,
but not
as
great.
the show went on. Did you have a favorite episode?
No.
I did, and it was mainly the Anaximander episode where they were like trying to make him feel better the whole time, and then they found out it was a naked mole rat, and it wasn't even their rat.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's a lie. My favorite episode of the whole entire series was that evil man-eating thing that took over Billy's role in the game. Billy thought that people liked him more than him.
Yeah.
And he's like, he accidentally launches him into this rock that crushes his head. And he's like, but now that I remember that what I eat, I remember that it's human flesh. And he's like, I'm going to kill you all and eat you. And I was like, oh, that's pretty good. That was an okay episode. So they had like 2 or 3 really good, not really good, but good episodes.
Yeah.
But I did give it, it did get a little bit better. Not a lot better.
Yeah. My
Not even more than a lot better. Just, it improved.
Okay, my final
Not
score.
much more.
My final score for Billy Dilley. 3 out of 10.
Uh-oh. Ah, come on. I gave it a 4 out of 10. But that's just because it was better than the, what was that god-awful piece of garbage we watched? Was it the Flintstones?
Oh, the Flintstones
Wait,
WWE crossover?
Yeah.
That was really bad, too.
Yeah, we got like there's like 2, maybe 3 or 4 movies that are actually floating around at the bottom of the list of things we've watched.
The Dead Don't Die was.
We should actually like organize them and kind of just like give them points to like see who's higher and lower.
I'm actually at before we started Zoom. I just started like just the very beginning baby process, and I'm making notes of every episode, movies we reviewed, the songs we picked. There's a Lights Out Theater in there, and I'm hoping to have like a detailed list. That way we know what we've done.
And we will know.
Yeah. We ready to move on?
Yes.
Where are you at? I can't see you.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize it wasn't leaning towards me.
Yep. Okay. Next up is Lady and the Tramp, the original animated movie. What'd you think?
10 out of 10.
You gave it a 10 out of 10?
No, obviously not. I would say 5 out of 10 is right on the line of just, really average.
Damn. A lot.
There's personal reasons for it, I think. As far as the animation went, it was decent for its time.
I thought it was beautifully animated.
I mean, don't get me wrong, we've just seen so much better animation these days.
Yeah.
It definitely felt like a trip back in time. The worst thing about it was really just having to sit through it. Like, after having seen it growing up so many times.
Yeah.
I don't hate the movie, I just never really cared for the movie. I was more of an All Dogs Go to Heaven kind of guy.
See, I like All Dogs Go to Heaven too, but I like this movie. I thought it was very beautifully animated. I thought ladies owners were pretty shitty dog owners. Also, Siamese cat song, racist?
Super racist.
That was the highlight of the movie for me. We are Chinese, if you don't please. Yep.
We are Siamese, if you please.
I was like, could this just be the whole fucking movie? Because that was like the whole...
Well, you're the worst. You're the worst kind of person.
I'm not. It was funny.
Yeah, you know what? I actually took notes. I watched the original Lady. When I watched the original Lady and the Tramp, the thing that I personally enjoyed the most about my experience watching the movie was that I watched it with Bonnie, and she seemed to be into the entire movie.
Yeah.
Like, we were watching it at night. She was just sitting on the edge of the bed, just and watching the TV while we watched a cartoon about dogs.
Oh. I watched...
the puppy version of Lady was so dang cute.
Yes. Also, the Italian guy, Tony, is kind of weird. He is trying way too hard to get these dogs to fuck. And then in my notes I wrote, fetish, question mark?
Oh, God.
Like, I mean, damn, I've never seen a dude go... There's like a lot of nudity on this fucking Big Mouth show. I'm just looking over. There's a kid taking a shit. Anyway.
There's a moment in the show where they say that dog. They don't even say bad dog. They just say that dog.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking to myself, Do you think dogs really get mad when you refer to them as that dog? Or, like, do you think they really get sad when you refer to them as that dog? Like, if Bonnie were to hear me say that about her, she'd be like, that dog. Do you think it would hurt her feelings?
Yeah. Anyway.
Why?
Anyway.
Baby.
For me, I think the Lady and the Tramp movie still holds up. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10.
I'm sticking with my 5 out of 10 just because I don't know. Didn't really care for it. Seen it so many times. I grew up with it, and I didn't really care for it then. Plus the fact that, I mean, it just wasn't for me. Not a hater. It's not a bad movie. I just don't want to ever have to watch it again.
Yeah.
For any reason. I know. Trying to make it sound better, but let's be honest. It's just not for me, man.
Yeah, I think I'm more the Disney guy in this partnership here. It's time to move on to the last Disney movie, Lady and the Tramp, the live action edition.
Live action edition.
I actually watched these.
Weird? I think I did at some point take notes for Billy Dilley, but they're probably so lost in here.
It's
not that it matters anymore because we're on to something else.
Yeah.
But they're probably so lost in here that I'll never see them again.
Okay, I actually watched both Lady and the Tramps back to back.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think that might have been a mistake.
Overloaded.
Put like some sort of taste breaker in there.
Yeah. I just want to get. Like a lot of times we'll do like 4, 5, 6 episodes. We'll take a break for a few months with a whole new list of things to watch. This was the very first thing I watched. Was all the Disney stuff. It's like some reason I wasn't looking forward to any of these 3 things we were reviewing. So I was like, let me just bite down and get these 3 out of the way. But
I agree. That's why I'm the opposite. I postpone them for as long as humanly possible.
Yeah.
And here we are. Me having just watched them like 4 days ago.
The live action thing, I actually got really excited because like the characters are different. Like the ladies owners are interracial, so I get a little bit excited because I'm in an interracial relationship. But in my head, I was like, this is like the 50s. I was more concerned for their well-being than
you know, that actual thought popped into my head too.
Yeah.
I was like, there were moments during the scene where there were moments during the movie where there were certain people that he was rude to, or they were like his wife was rude
yeah
to, and I was like, and the aunt was rude too.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking to myself, I don't think that's how it works.
No.
Back in the day, you probably should just not say anything. And then there was also the dog catcher, who was, light-skinned black gentleman.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh no, this is bad.
I think in this universe there was like none of the racist shit happened, which is fine. It's nice, That's how I looked at it. Like, oh, in this universe, white people didn't hate black people for no reason. So I guess this is the universe, a good universe to live in.
White people didn't hate black people for no reason. That's what it sounded like you said.
Okay. I also thought the black girl was cute. I wrote that in my notes. Anyway.
Of course. I knew that was the main reason.
Anyway.
that you brought it up.
Anyway. The evil rat at the end is exactly how I picture all rats. I was like, finally, someone sees them like I do.
Finally, they understand my pain.
Did you like the Siamese cats better in this or the original?
I think they were more acceptable in this.
They were more
The
acceptable.
original.
But entertainment-wise, I like the racist ones better.
Agreed. Unfortunately.
They were just dickheads in this one.
They were rapping dickheads.
Yeah.
It's like they switched one culture for another and still found a way to make it offensive. This will be less offensive. Wait a minute now. Why are these assholes going around ruining everything and rapping? It's why couldn't they be singing country music?
Yeah. I did like the lady from what show is she in? Is it not Parks and Rec, but the Community?
Oh yeah, she's from Community. She's also the manager in Drake and Josh. She is in a single episode of The Office, I want to say.
Maybe. I know
She's been in a lot of different things. She was in something I just watched the other day.
I know she was in the Infinity Endgame.
What?
Yeah.
Who's she play in the Endgame?
I think she was, when they went back in time to get Hank Pym's technology.
Yeah.
I think she was one of the receptionists or something there. She worked there.
Huh.
And she was suspicious. I think she was suspicious of either Captain America or Iron Man. I can't remember. It's been like a year since I've seen it. But anyway, I just love that actress. So I was happy to see her in the movie because I really like her. And
was I mistaken about her being in the episode of The Office?
I'm sure she was. She's been in everything.
I could be wrong though. She's been in a lot of different things. And the reason I said The Office was because I was literally watching something the other day and she made a cameo in it. She played a character in it, and I was thinking to myself, well, what was I watching the other day? The only thing I can think of was The Office because of how much I've been watching it, trying to watch the podcast.
Yeah. Speaking of that, have you started Norseman yet?
Live action that I've been watching.
Yeah.
I watched some Breaking Bad. What were the shows I was just watching on Vudu?
Breaking Bad, I saw. It's some kind of super evil guy.
Super evil? Yeah.
I was like,
Evil, super evil. It's an old Cartoon Network TV show I used to like. I was trying
anyway,
to see if it's so good.
was it?
It's not. It's not terrible. I still find it funny, but I don't think you'd like it.
Alright, let's finish this review up. I thought it was a better rounded story than the original, but not as much charm. I'm giving Lady and the Tramp, the live action, a 7 out of 10.
7?
Yeah.
Only 7?
Yeah, what are you giving it?
You cocksucker.
What are you giving it?
Well, so for me, I was going to say I loved the new voice of Trusty.
Is that the
Irish, the Scottish Terrier.
They changed the sex on it, right?
No, I'm sorry. It was the hunting dog.
Okay.
Basset.
Yeah.
Or whatever that. I don't know names. I don't know dog names. Who's the big dog?
The Basset Hound,
Got
right?
the rough voice.
Wasn't he a Basset Hound?
I guess I don't know dogs, bro. Do I look like a dog, bro? Do I look like me and dogs hang out on a regular basis?
I don't know because it's.
I mean, we do. 'Cause I have a dog.
Your screen's cut
beside
out.
the point, and I mean directly beside the point.
Anyway, let's move on. What are you? Why are you giving the movie?
I am giving the movie an 8 out of 10.
Oh, really? So you like it way better than the original?
I was gonna say at first I didn't like the CGI.
Yeah.
But that was just the beginning of the movie. There were certain scenes that were really bad.
Mm-hmm.
CGI wise, like when the dog woke up and looked around and started talking, I was like, the fuck is this dog talking for?
Yeah.
Like, with this terrible CGI. But then after that, I picked up on that and I liked it more.
Okay.
I was gonna say the little boy that they had in the original movie, I noticed that was one of the changes that they made, because in the original movie he was so excited because he was having a boy.
Yeah.
There was a scene where he's like running down the hallways and he tells the doctor that it's a boy. He's like, "Oh, isn't it the most beautiful boy you've ever seen?" And the doctor's like, "Sure." And then he leaves. And then they kind of did the same thing in this one, where he's like, "Oh, isn't she the most beautiful baby you've ever seen?" And Dr. Ken plays the doctor, and he's definitely an asshole about it, except he's nice to the dog. But he's just like, "Yes, out of all the babies that I've delivered in my entire time as a doctor, yours is the most beautiful baby that I've ever seen." And he even says it sarcastically, and the dude doesn't pick up on it.
Yeah.
But the puppies that when you first get introduced to the Tramp, Butch, and he comes across some puppies after stealing that dude's dog, or stealing that dude's sandwich, and he gives them the sandwich, and I thought that was cute, because them puppies were super cute.
Yeah.
But puppies are always cute.
Always.
And then I noticed some more story changes that they made. Like the aunt isn't dog sitting in the original, but she's babysitting.
Yeah.
And of course, they changed the cat's types, the voices, and the song, obviously. And Lady got lost in the city without her collar in the remake, but in the original, obviously, she had her collar on. That's how she managed to get found and taken home, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Because they even made reference to it in the movie. They were like, "Well, you got a collar. Like, that's the ticket out of here." And then there's the beaver scene, which was changed entirely, because probably how cruel they were to that beaver, and they almost drowned his ass in the original. But in the remake, it's just a statue.
There was the dog fight scene was different too.
What were you saying?
The dog fight scene was different, because in the animated he actually fought the dogs, but in this one they got out of it.
Yeah, that's true.
And also the Scottish dog had a different sex in this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Scottish dog was a different dog, was a different sex, and it like got more in depth in like what he has to deal with.
Yeah.
Because you just thought that they put sweaters on him and stuff like that. But it turns out he's like a show dog that literally stood there for paintings and all kinds of silly photos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the movie, I noticed the difference. Like, instead of them having a little family together, the Lady and the Tramp, they, the Scottish lady, the lady with the Scottish dog, adopted the two cute puppies from the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's like the two little, side note. But on top of everything, like after we watched this movie, and I wanted to ask, does this movie count as a Christmas movie?
Kind of, but no. I would say no.
Well, the reason I ask is because the movie starts with them getting the dog on Christmas.
Yeah.
And it continues after they get the dog on Christmas by having the movie end the next year on Christmas. And it's like you get to see the story of their life after like a year, basically.
Yeah.
Like first Christmas they get her, at the end of the second Christmas they got their second dog, the Tramp.
Yeah.
And then it had a lot of Christmas themes in it, like family. And that's why I had to ask, like, I need to go look at the date on when it was released, because I had the feeling, the way it started out, like it kind of had like a lot of Christmas family vibe feels.
I feel like it would be a good movie to watch on Christmas, but I think it's one of those where it's like a good one for Christmas, but you can watch it any time of the year.
It's true, but I also want to see when it was released, because if it was released like right before Christmas,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to throw it into kind of like the Christmassy time vibe feel. Maybe not a Christmas movie to watch on Christmas, but like a Christmas movie to watch around Christmas.
Yeah.
Kind of like Die Hard. Like I give Die Hard the Christmas rub for several reasons, but I was thinking maybe I should give this movie that same rub. We'll have to figure it out. We'll see. We'll debate on this at a later time.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap this up with the Two Guys in the Groove action.
Thank fucking God.
You got your song?
Let me look.
Okay, well, I got my song, and I love my song. My song, I think, on my Spotify, I don't know if it got the top 5. I think it might have got my top 5 songs of the whole year played. And this is a little song called Money by Drugs by Cal Scrubby. I don't know how to say this motherfucker's last name. Cal Scrubby something. But it's called Money by Drugs, and I fucking love this song. Even though I don't do drugs and I don't support drugs in any way, I like the song.
I think I've actually heard this song because you added it to the friendo list, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I heard a couple songs by this particular artist. Sorry, Leon, because you added them to the friendo list.
All right, so
But, my pick for this week is gonna have to be Shinamasta by the Acacia Strain.
holy shit!
Why'd you say holy shit like that?
Because that's gonna be like a pain in the ass to look up. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Spotify.
Let me go ahead and spell it out for you.
Hold on, let me
It's
get the.
C.
Hold on, let me get the Spotify.
Let me get the Spotify. I'm gonna do. My lips shut.
Okay. C
H
H
H
H
I
I.
N.
Wait. Chinamasta.
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leslie is on her way home, so we might still have time to record the next episode.
Damn, where's she work? Damn, that's a long way.
Well, okay, she doesn't live that far. I mean, like, we could at least get halfway through the episode, the next episode.
Well,
She wants me to go grocery shopping with her, so.
Oh, fuck that. Well, we can just do it another day. That way.
No. We still have time to do it today. I think we should get it done. Get that shit recorded.
Alright, we'll do it super quick, alright?
It doesn't have to be super quick, but, like, when she gets home, I'll just be like, hey, shut the fuck up.
Oh, that always goes over well.
It doesn't, but we'll work it out.
Well, let's wrap this up. Alright, everybody.
Bitch, 2 guys in the dark. Bitch, 2 guys in the dark. And a bitch, 2 guys in the dark.
Well, you heard them. 2 guys in the dark. Bitch.